So for this next part, we have a bit of a puzzle here. What we have to do is cast up these flipendo switches and align the Lockhart heads so they open the door at the corresponding match. Now, there's only one you need to go through, but as you can tell by stepping on one of those pressure plates, that brought down a challenge star. And obviously we want to aim for a good time here. So they're behind those two steel doors, and the gateways are the ones you need to go through to progress. And behind this lies the other pressure pad. And down comes the challenge star. Oh, and we get some more beans. Bloody hell, it would take us like 5 parts to get to this many beans in the first game. Okay. Now to open up the gateways, because we've got all we need to here. There we go. And through here is a lift. It definitely forces you to like look all around and observe the whole area to see, oh, might there be a secret there, or could there be an item there? So, you know, definitely does a good job putting your exploration skills to the test. And you don't need to bother with those snails. Take up too much valuable time. And if you see one of those pictures of Lockhart, go on, cast at it. I mean, none of these secret areas have anything dangerous in, so pretty much nothing but good can come out of it. Now, when we get to this bit, ooh, that looks dangerous. And they send students through this. This is more like one of them challenges that Ninja Warriors do. Jump these ledges. They're definitely bigger jumps than in the first game. And there's more fire crabs in this one level than there were in the whole of the last game. So they definitely knew what to do with them more. Sempra these snails. I think that one had his eyes on me and was about to charge. And they're no slow snails either. Oh no, those buggers are fast. And you'll see what I'm talking about later in this playthrough. Oh, I've got a nice sum of wizard cards there, so I'm doing alright. Uh-oh. It traps you and then drops you in a room with 2 fire crabs. So, pretty much do the same thing you did before. But watch out, because once you've like had a go at one, the other one will fire flames at you. Unless you choose to skip the cutscene. So there's only one more challenge star left. And this one was in such an obscure place, I never found it until my friend pointed it out. As you go through this next room, we see a spiral stairwell leading to... What's the dramatic effect? The finishing tower! Our last obstacle to deal with are these fire crabs, which we have to knock onto this giant pressure plate. And that gradually brings the star down. Okay. There were 4 symbols, so that means you need 4 fire crabs to knock on. That's the 3rd. And that's the 4th. You don't need to worry about that other one. Unless he starts blasting fire at you. But we'll get away before that happens. Now what you do is, you go down there and unlock that door. Out of place or what? And go through here. There's a room with a gnome. No, Harry, no. Don't try casting Alohomora on the gnome. That will never work. Gnome getting back up. Couldn't get him through there. But now I can. In you go. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, if you're struggling to throw them in, you can just use Flipendo to push them in. And there's the last challenge star. I mean, you see it through that window, but you're thinking, how the fuck do I get through there? That was what I thought, and I ended up wasting a considerable amount of time. So after this fire crab, there's only really one more obstacle in your way. These things that can push you. And once you get round about this height, a fall like this could be fatal. Yes, this game actually has falling damage. Trying to make it more realistic, I guess. But we've done it. And depending on how quick you did it, that's how many house points you get. How many did I get? 180! Did pretty good there, if you ask me. And after you've completed a spell challenge, you go out into the castle. And then you meet up with a fellow Gryffindor.
Harry, the weekly house point ceremony is about to
Tells you about the weekly house point ceremony.
I'll show you where it is.
Good morning, everyone. For those of you who have trouble remembering names, I
don't think we had trouble remembering your name. No false modesty required here.
To the very first weekly house point ceremony.
So basically it shows like which house is ahead on points, and whoever is gets to visit the bonus bean room.
The visit depends on how many more points they have over the second placed house. Let's take a look.
That was an important point to bear in mind for later.
It appears that Gryffindor.
Bloody hell, those other houses are doing shit. I mean, I only earned like, what, 210? And that was only my first lesson.
And remember,
the others are clearly doing something wrong. But we get to go in, possibly the most awesome thing you'll ever see. Look at this. Beans galore! So yeah, you're basically in this room with loads of beans, and you're on a time limit to try and collect as many as you can. Simply put, just have fun really. And depending on how many house points you have over the second place house is how long you get to spend in the bean bonus room. So for those of you wondering, yes, it is possible to not be first on house points, and if you're not, you'll always be Slytherin who are in the lead. And I did once try and like get through the Rictus Emperor challenge, failing on the like spell casting thing and not getting any points by nearly running the timer out, and someone else got the house points for me. So you have to visit the bean bonus room at least once, but after that, if you like keep failing, then Slytherin will win. But still, if you like leave the Rictus Emperor challenge with no house points, someone else will have earned them for you. Yeah, nice to see someone else from Gryffindor getting the house points, because remember, this is a team effort. There's no I in team. But as you can see, it's a bit restrictive at first. There are some rooms which you need certain spells to get through, and we'll unlock them later. But for now, I've earned a pretty good sum of beans here. But out of time. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? Now we meet up with
Harry,
Oliver Wood.
there you are. Glad I found you.
Hello, Wood.
Time for Quidditch practice, Harry. None of the other teams have started training yet, so we'll have a good head start.
But I haven't had lunch yet.
You can eat later. Follow me to
Yeah,
the
a good
Quidditch
time to like have Quidditch practice, because whilst everyone else is having lunch, the Quidditch pitch is definitely free. I see what you were thinking there. Huh, I thought I opened that chest before. Well, more for me. Oh, there's Fred and George.
Hey, Harry, want to trade? We have the best values in Hogwarts.
They say that, but they don't. They really don't. Now for Quidditch practice.
Listen up, Harry. We're going to make sure we win the Quidditch Cup this year, and the way we're going to do that is practice, practice, practice. First, a quick recap of what we learned last year. Of course, you already know that the red ball is called the quaffle, and it's the job of the
There's
team
considerably
chasers to
less
get it
graphical
past the enemy
glitches on this
keeper and
Quidditch
into one of
pitch.
the goalposts. But you don't
The
need to concern
gameplay
yourself
is
with
a
that.
totally different
There are
story.
also 2 bludgers flying around, which you don't want to get hit by. But don't worry, each team has 2 beaters who try to keep them away from you. Last, and most importantly, it's your job as our Seeker to catch the Golden Snitch before the enemy Seeker does.
I mean, you'd
Since
think
you've
after the
off on
first
summer,
game they'd like
let's start out
realise
easy.
that the Quidditch
I'm going to
was
throw
pretty
the
good,
snitch
but a
for
little
you, and I
too
want you to try
easy.
to
So
catch
you
it.
think they'd maybe
Sounds easy enough?
like toughen it up a bit for the sequel, or make it a bit more advanced? Well, think again. Because as soon as you start,
All right then.
it basically, Harry locks in on the snitch, and it gives very little freedom of movement. It basically, it plays itself essentially. Harry's just following the snitch and waiting for the bar to go up.
Running into things can slow you down and put you further behind the
Now
snitch.
that is pathetic, if I must say so.
That's it, Harry. Stay right on
I mean,
the
this
snitch.
is only the
You've almost got it.
training, and you'll actually have a rival in the matches, but still.
Now the rest of the Gryffindor team is here, let's play a mock game of Quidditch. Avoid the bludgers and the other Seeker.
Yeah, unlike the
I'm
Quidditch in
going
the
to have
first
Gryffindor
game,
stand in
the
as an
other
enemy
rival
Seeker.
Seeker
You
can
need to
catch
make
the
sure she's
snitch,
out of the way before you can catch the
but
snitch.
it doesn't prove to be
Don't
much
worry,
of a
we'll
problem,
take it
as
easy
you'll
on her.
see later. So as the mock match begins,
Quidditch is a rough
you're
game,
following the
but don't
snitch.
worry, padding helps.
But watch out for the other Seeker, who's there. What you have to do is move towards her and like use the action button to kick her out of the way, as Harry just keeps homing in on the snitch. I mean, the Quidditch in the first game may not have been great, but this is just the most pathetic excuse for Quidditch I've ever seen. Fortunately, that was the only mandatory bit, because after this you can actually go through the rest of the game without doing any Quidditch. It's just a side mission, which I quite like actually.
Finish it, Harry.
So I'm glad they did that.
Don't look now, but here comes the Slytherin team.
I don't believe
then-
it. I booked the pitch for today.
Hey, they've got new brooms and it looks like, yes they are. They're Nimbus 2001s.
Yeah, I know. Apparently Lucius Malfoy made a very generous donation.
Like our new brooms, Weasley. What are you doing here, Malfoy?
I'm the Slytherin Seeker now. Didn't you know? Perhaps someday Gryffindor will be able to afford new brooms.
Well, at least no one on the Gryffindor team had to buy their way in. They got in on pure talent.
Pwned
No
and
one asks
owned.
your opinion, you filthy
Okay, now when I was
little-
recording this, I actually hit a glitch in the cutscene where,
At least I could afford it, Weasley.
at this part,
Unlike
Harry
you.
flies forwards and waits like 20 seconds before
Leave
saying
him, Ron.
anything.
He's not worth
I've
the
had to
trouble.
cut it out, unfortunately, due to time restraints. So, it was weird though, I'd never encountered that
nasty
before.
name some wizards use for other wizards who were born
And now,
non-magical
Stephen Fry tells us that apparently, in the Wizarding world, yes, there is a form of racism. Mudblood is a racist term, apparently, for Muggleborns.
A different kind of chill would soon set in as well.
Ooh.